It's sick. It's totally sick. What you're about to witness is not a joke. It's reality, and reality sometimes is sick, twisted. It's why we didn't open with a regular show music. It's, no LARPing, nothing. This is just... it's horrible shit that we're about to get into deep. So, story is, the facts are, a known Comicsgate creator who was promoted by pretty much near all of Comicsgate except for the War Campaign, for reasons you'll see clearly when you peruse the campaign, which is still up. This man has been apprehended by the law in Salt Lake City, Utah, and he has been found and admitted to being in possession of over 60,000 pictures and some thousand videos as well. We're going to get into the articles, and you're going to look at those. So, the War Campaign, not the first rodeo for the War Campaign in terms of something doesn't smell right in Denmark, right? War Campaign filled with guys who trust their guts. Right?
Common sense.
Yeah, common sense. That's right, brother. Thank you, Penn. That's it, brother. I'm going to please read this over here. This is a perfect example of the kind of stuff that, we could just see it for what it was. It's ugly.
So this was a while back in, back in the day. And you have Evan, and he says, yeah, I fucking love War Campaign. And then you have Nurkish, and he says, why? And Evan says, they found kitty porn attached to Jason Youngbluth and reported it to the FBI. And then Nurkish says, they're awful. Dude, they're awesome. Like Rose said, this isn't our first rodeo.
When you see something, everything's, there's jokes, there's laughs, there's arrests, but there's some things that are just sick, and they cross a line, and they start to get into this territory where you got to ask yourself, what the fuck is that? What am I looking at exactly, right? So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this fellow. So this fellow, he went by the name of Slick Jimmy, and his actual name...
That was your first clue.
Yeah, it was your first clue, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Let's take a look over here. So this is from Utah Deseret News. Hail, brother.
So it says, Orem man charged in child porn case after police report a disturbing find.
So this is, all right, Utah.
Orem, Utah. Authorities in Utah County say when an Orem man was arrested, police not only found numerous images of child pornography, but a disturbing sex toy that appeared to be the size of a child. James Randall Adams, 51 of Orem, was charged Tuesday in 4th District Court with 10 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, 1 second-degree felony. A search of Adams' phone revealed a folder titled Little, in which images of child pornography were found, the charges state.
Just going to pause it for here. Little is the also the title, right? It's Little Girl Lethal. That's the title of his comic.
In one folder labeled Little, police identified at least 20 different images of prepubescent girls with their genitals exposed. The images were consistent with the crime of sexual exploitation of a minor, police reported. While interviewing Adams, he admitted to downloading the images and told investigators that he knew the images were of children, the arresting documents stated. Adams was booked into the Utah County Jail February 11th, 2021.
This paragraph is the key paragraph right over here. He admitted to downloading the images and told investigators that he knew the images were of children.
So you can bet your ass if you're involved with him, he's going to be ratting you out.
Enough. This fellow, okay, who is part of this whole Comicsgate sphere creator, he's a Comicsgate creator. I want to make a distinction between Comicsgate creators and Comicsgate buyers, right, which is actually what Comicsgate is about. Gat, maybe you can talk about that before I get into this.
Well, yeah, we're going to talk a lot tonight about certain individuals who are in Comicsgate. most of the people we're bringing up would call themselves creators, right? Comicsgate creators, which we all know that Comicsgate is actually the people who buy the books, right? So when we say Comicsgate, we don't mean we don't mean the consumer, because that's real Comicsgate, right? We're talking about all these people who now come out and are basically trying to grift off the name, or they're Comicsgate YouTubers. There's a difference between the two, right? So real Comicsgate is the consumer. We're talking about the people who want to grift off the name, basically.
Take a look at this. We got Man of Sex. This is interesting what he's got to say. If there were no signs of him being a pedo, then how did someone find enough signs to report him? Okay, and we promoted, and I'm going to say this right now, we promoted a lot of projects. Okay, this is one of the glaring obvious ones, and we were asked directly by one of his good friends, Tug. It turns out that umbrella guy, and we've got screenshots to show you and the rest. And he asked us specifically to promote him, and we refused, and there was a reason, because it smelled off.
Yeah, I mean, there was like Twitter DM rooms back in the day, and one of them, someone dropped him into the room, like added him to the room, and we saw this and we nuked the room.
Yep.
Because we weren't going to be in the same room with this guy.
No,
that's how obvious it was to us, at least.
Absolutely.
I remember seeing the first couple images from his comic, and immediately saying, "Yeah, this dude, there's something up with this dude. Like, this shit don't fucking sit right with me." I mean, when people look at the comic, it's obvious to me, right? Maybe it's just because I don't know. I go through art 24/7, but man, we picked this dude out really early, and we didn't want nothing to do with him. I remember, and there were even clashes. Like the first couple people we ran up against were Rags and this Slick Jimmy guy, who were basically running their fucking mouth when we were in Comicsgate. So here we are. Right.
And he was promoted from the top down, and we're going to show this his Indiegogo, okay, and also this promotion literally from the most popular YouTube channels. I'll show you some screens basically from the campaign. All right, so we've got this one over here.
Sus.
Presented without comment.
Jesus. No red flags, though, right? No red flags. How could you know?
This is, and I'm just going to show that these are straight from the front page. This is not, we didn't dig these up. I didn't have to, there you go. You just scroll down the page. It's right there. So now you're telling me we're presented with, okay, what is this comic? People are promoting it. Well, you look at the page and you see that image and you're thinking, what am I looking at?
That looks like a little girl.
Are these supposed to be underage? Genuine question. Yeah, well, it's interesting because she is identified in the text of this Indiegogo page as being a minor. Just as she spoke, hushed of her harsh, miserable life, pain burned inside of him once again. I'll stay with you, Mass. You can stay or go, your choice. But if you stay, I'll look after you. Promise me. Call me.
Is this about a sex slave?
Call me
X.
Yeah, that's the backstory.
So this is actually about a sex slave that looks like a little kid.
This is when she's older. The backstory is she was abducted when she was 3 and sold into the sex slave trade.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not.
And this was a fucking book dudes at the top of Comicsgate were pushing. Unreal. A secondary non-canon story rendered and colored by Troy and Mr. Marvel, Wampool, Slick Jimmy, and my good friend Matt Mertz of Crypto Comics and Testosterone Overload Acclaim. Very excited about this. His good friend.
Really sick. Really sick. And this guy, Matt Mertz, he's a councilman. He's been rolling with what turns out to be an admitted pedophile. Incredible to see. Draw says, anyone like me found it weird that Tug used to have his young daughter on his live streams? King Corn Poop replies to Hugh Can Draw, yeah, that was weird, especially since he talked about being harassed and persecuted. So why have his daughter on? There was the story about his house being vandalized, his mailbox, right? So if you've got all these concerns for your family, then why do you put your little daughter up on the screen? How does this...
He knows that Tug knows that there are fucking sickos in and around Comicsgate that have fantasized about his daughter. He fucking knows this. I know he's seen the screenshots.
Turns out
why
that he...
Why are you gonna put her on your shit, man? Come on, bro.
Turns out that he not only knew that there was sickos around Comicsgate, but he was actually friends with this fellow, Slick Jimmy, as accounted for in this video that you're going to watch over here. So this is him talking to, this is a so-called Slick Jimmy, James Randall Adams, who now has admitted to collecting pedophilia. He now is going to be talking to Lola, which is Tug's wife over here, talking about their daughter. Here we go. Viewer discretion is advised.
Align yourself with yourself and believe what, you want good comics.
Look, I think I know who your husband is, all right? And I think I'm his friend. And I think I'm your friend by extension. And I think I know who your little girl is. And I love her. I listen all the time.
Jesus.
And I appreciate what...
Please don't dox me.
I'm not doxing you.
Align yourself with yourself and believe what, you want good comics.
Look, I think I know who your husband is, all right? And I think I'm his friend. And I think I'm your friend by extension. And I think I know who your little girl is. And I love her. I listen all the time. And I appreciate what...
Please don't dox me.
I'm not doxing you.
In the light of these revelations, it's pretty fucking sick. Listen, it was sick when I heard this. We got Mike Marup in the chat. Hail, brother. He says she sounds scared. I heard it live and I was creeped out.
Right? Yeah. That was super creepy. And that stream mod that was on Crypto Comics channel had always just that moment. It always stuck with me. It was just too weird.
Yep. Ty, what are you thinking, brother, hearing that? I know it's disturbing, and I know that your instincts are aggressive ones in this kind of, faced with this kind of thing. What are you thinking, brother?
Yeah, just hearing his voice makes my skin crawl. The point where he says, I know your little girl. I listen all the time. I mean, fuck.
So, Tug, dude, you know that there's guys out like this that are watching your show just to fucking perv on your kid, bro. Come on, man.
Two months ago, it's been 2 months since this fellow, James Randall Adams, was actually taken to county jail. So people have known, and they've stayed quiet, and these are his friends until now.
Yeah, and the people that knew, it seems like they scrubbed all their tweets in reference to this guy and directed to this guy.
So Tug has actually done that. He has scrubbed all his tweets. Now that's conjecture. You can figure out why. All right, just saying.
Evan did as well, it looks like.
That's right. Most people, especially a lot of the the high-profile Comicsgate creators, have removed any reference. But screenshots, videos. WARCAMPAIGN is forever. We've got Slick Jimmy here. Thanks again, Tug, for pimping my girl Sugar. You my main mensch, bruv. Hashtag sexygate.
Oh my God. Dude.
Rags. Talk to me about Rags. Give me their background story, how they came into Comicsgate, who they are. Give me the backstory, brother.
Yeah, they were a team of dudes who were around Comicsgate at the beginning. I believe they were being published through Antarctic Press.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up having a falling out with the bigger platforms of CG because they were left off a poster that Mike Miller had drawn. Their
Right.
character was left off, and it caused a split, and they kind of went their own way. And I think they labeled themselves Comicsgate adjacent.
Yeah, they were the first, I think, right, to do so.
And they're known for saying Renfamus was right and shit like
Yep.
that, you know.
Right.
Back in the
Right.
day.
Okay, so you've got
They also really
Right.
hated us.
you got Rags over here, who says,
If they aren't on this list, they truly do not speak for us. Okay, so these are the official Rags guys.
all right, so I want to direct your attention to one person specifically here. Well, actually, I guess we could look at two now that I think about it. And this is the sick part. The more you look at this, the more you see how interlinked this web, this network is. Spider Guy Shane, right? This is this fellow over here. Spider Guy Shane. You're probably thinking, hey, I mean, this is just he's just a comic guy, right? He's a comic creator. You know, nothing special about him. Spider Guy Shane.
Rags PR.
Right? Linked to, through Mr. Marvel, Miss Sashi as well, but we'll get into that too, to Slick Jimmy. Spider Guy Shane. Well, it turns out Spider Guy Shane is also being convicted.
Oh?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There he is, right over here.
Sex offender registry from the state of Maine. 10-year registrant on this Maine sex offender registry. So he's been on it for a while.
Yeah,
For Comicsgate.
that's right. Now, after this happened,
Well, here, go up. We got
Sure.
we got to look at something here.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
says
absolutely.
possession sexually explicit material.
Yeah, that charge is actually he had child porn. The victims were under 12. The Spider Guy Shane, he nuked his account. I'm pretty sure he runs the Rags News account. Can't prove it, but I'm sure he does. They still follow Slick Jimmy if you go to his follows. You know, the crazy part is that I'm pretty sure that Brian Ball, the main dude at Rags, he's the one that broke the story on Twitter, at least, about Slick Jimmy. And he got up on his moral arbiter's box and said, I have a duty to do this. And he threw Jimmy under the bus, but he left his own dude off that. Why didn't he ever cover that? Why hasn't he ever mentioned that? Mr. Military. Mr. fucking honorable army dude. All these guys should be scared because Jimmy's going to roll. We're going to see how this unfolds and who's connected and what the spider web catches.
Is that does anyone else in the chat hail the chat? Y'all remember when Nasser said that when he first came into Comicsgate, he said he would watch porn with his grandparents? I mean, we thought it was fucking funny and something to laugh at the time, but holy shit, that sounds like some grooming or some fucked up shit to me.
now let's move into some more concrete stuff. Let's talk about Dave Sim. Ty.
Dave had a long-running comic called Cerebus. But what he's might be more known for is his writings about how he felt about young girls, 14, 15, 16-year-old women, and how if he got the parents' permission that it was perfectly fine for him to date them as a grown man. So issues there too. If you remember back in the day, Evan was going to bring him on to write one of the Cyber Frogs, and everybody threw a fit. Yeah, I mean it's a damn shame. He's obviously mentally ill. He's a pedophile, at the very least. The guy can write, and unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe it saved some victims because he couldn't help himself to write about that kind of shit. And I don't believe him for a second when he said he didn't have sex with her till she was 21. A grown man does not look at a 14-year-old. I don't care how she's built, how quote-unquote good-looking she is, how pretty she is. He doesn't look at her sexually. Not if he's a normal man, a heterosexual man. He doesn't look at children that way. He's just a fucked up dude.
You got Ethan Van Sciver over here trying to sway the tide, right? So the people are not happy with Dave Sim. And he says...
So Evan says, Dave Sim is a god-tier comics writer, a legend. He was unpersoned and abused by this industry years ago. He helping with Cyberfrog. Comics better wake up. Comics better grow up. Hashtag Comicsgate is here to stay. Yeah, don't tell me you didn't know about,
Tyrannohamstersaurus says, Evan dropped him when Tug did a video on him.
Mm.
Yeah. Who knows what actually happened? Hey, we only hear what this fellow tells us, and the fact of the matter is that he's a known liar. So you tell me. Very sick. Very sick. How can you have a man in your house, right, staying under your roof? He's a minor attracted person, right? He's attracted to minors.
It's a map.
He's a map. He's a minor attracted person. That's right. He's attracted to minors. And then you're having this person at your house? I mean, I'm just thinking as a father. We got King Corn Poop. Cyberfrog reads like the first 3 pages of a video game manual. The writing was challenged as fuck. Rich Cook, he wants to fill CG with names and pretend it's an indie movement. Yeah, he was a minor threat, says Illustrator. Dave Sim confirmed map wouldn't let them within 1,000 feet of my home or office, says SoCal. Yeah. All right, so you got Dave Sim. We've got James Hudnall. So who's James Hudnall? Yeah.
This guy was showing up, I think it was probably 2018 on some Comicsgate streams, and he I forget the guy's name. Ty might know, but there was a guy that ended up being convicted on some shit. And this James Hudnall guy went to bat for him, wrote a letter to the judge and was like, oh, he's a good guy. So it says, Mike Badger, James Hudnall, and Mike Barr write letters of support as Gerard Jones changes plea to guilty.
Changes plea
to guilty on child pornography charges. Wow. So he changed his plea to guilty, and they still.
All right, let's take a look over here. So this is.
He's not that bad of a pedophile. What?
Again, we've got a link to pedophilia here. What is this? Why am I seeing? Why do I now have a convicted pedophile, a self-admitted pedophile, a minor attracted person admitted, and now a person who wrote a letter in defense of a convicted pedophile? That's 4 right there.
And we had to tell Evan, hey, dude, bro, watch out. This could get you into trouble. SJWs will fucking run with this.
That's the thing. So what War Campaign was for Comicsgate was good counsel. We gave the best counsel to Evan and much as the bigger guys that would listen to us, basically on behalf of the people that the chat, right? We were from the chat. We wanted the same things everyone else did at the beginning of Comicsgate. And so when we were asked questions, and quite often we were in the middle of some stuff and we were asked questions of how to proceed, and we did our best to try to keep Comicsgate clean from fucking scum. That's what the War Campaign did for Comicsgate. We kept it clean of scum, SJWs, pedos. We were literally Batman to this motherfucker. Comicsgate was our fucking Gotham, and we were fucking Batman cleaning up the place.
Fruitcake.
So it turns out that Brad Ashworth actually owned a comic book store, right? And this was, and what else, Ty?
Yeah, he owned a comic book store in Slick Jimmy was a customer there. They were good friends.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so right after the Brad Ashworth stuff spun out, Slick Jimmy used that opportunity to go to Evan to try to cancel us.
Slick Jimmy says, you know there are secret pages that went totally pornographic. A lick, rub and tug before the main sodomania? What the fuck? Hey, to each their own. What the fuck?
Jesus.
And yeah, if he's not a pervert, I don't know. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I think that panel above that was shown was a father and son, if I'm not mistaken, that he was commenting on.
Oh, fuck. I got it now.
Yeah.
Jeez, fucking shit.
What?
It's a
Oh my
father
God.
and son.
Sodomania?
Father and son panel. Yeah, and that's his comment on it.
Fuck?
You know the first part. So, I can't rip us off. I can't rip us off. It ain't right. Thank you.
This is my motto, and I've said it a million times. There's no such thing as coincidence in Comicsgate. There's a lot of like degenerate fuckery, and there's a lot of people that are willing to look the other way in order to sell you a shitty fucking comic book. So these people, if it affects their bottom line, they're going to try to wipe it underneath the rug, right? So, man, I just don't believe in coincidences. This whole fucking place smells foul. All these people I've met have been disingenuous as fuck. Now, not all of them. Like, don't get me wrong. There's 1%, 2% that I've met out there that are really good dudes. And I'm talking about people outside of War Campaign. There's very few people that have been stand-up fucking people outside of the WC. So, man, it fucking smells foul. And that's basically what we wanted to show you guys here tonight was that, you know, like Ro just said, any one of these things, it's like, shrug it off, right? But when you start to look at the bigger picture and what the fuck's going on, it makes you wonder, right? So we know these people scrub their fucking accounts. We know these guys want to make it go hush hush because they don't want to ruin their fucking bottom lines. So this is what it's about, man. They want to make shit go away instead of addressing problems or stopping them in the first place like we used to do in the War Campaign.
And if things go wrong, right? Let's say there is a pedophile, and there's quite a few, right? We've already got, let's take a look here. We've got Spider Guy Shane, a.k.a. Shane Grillo. We've got James Randall Adams, a.k.a. Slick Jimmy. You know, that's two right there. You've got Dave Sim, who self-admittedly is a map. You got James Hudnall, who's defending a convicted pedophile. That's four right there. Okay, all connected very closely. Very closely. If any one of these things happens, you got to be straight with people and say, look, I'm nothing connected with this stuff. I totally condemn it. You don't try to bring Dave Sim back into the fold. You don't try to bring Dave Sim and say, I don't care what he's said or done. You're going to buy this book because he's a genius.
The correct response certainly isn't to go promote a book about Charlie Chaplin, another pedophile.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point, Pat. That's a superb point. So right now there's been this movement, right? Okay, to promote this book, to ignore what's going on and say, hey, we've got Charlie's London over here.
Charlie's London says, we may not all agree, but we may all see things in different ways. But the one thing we should put above all things for our professionalism is our backers. Give them what they want and be the creator they expect you to be. Okay.
Turns out, Charlie Chaplin,
accused of being a pedophile. At the age of 29, he married a 16-year-old, Mildred Harris, and when he was 35, he tied the knot with Lita Gray, who was only 15 during the year of their marriage. The pedophile accusations will continue to surround Chaplin's life. These commies and pedophiles glorified. Comicsgate, is that what it's about now?
ever bury your head in the sand, ignore the pedophilia in hashtag Comicsgate while selling a book about a pedophile? Hashtag all maps comics. Hashtag Comicsgate L's. And then it was this book which just sent the wrong vibes to us. And now, I mean, I just think of the children that have been abused in the process, you know? I mean, this stuff was reference material for him. That's what it was. And who knows who he's abused. This, man, you can't start thinking like that. It gets fucking dark. Oh, actually, I can't read. Umbrella Guy.
So Tug says, "Hey there, details. I hope people back the project by @Slick Jimmy Love because he's talented above all and a decent person." And he's responding to Nerd Wonder. So Tug says, "Hey there, diversity in comics. This sounds just like sugar. Crazy people." And then Slick Jimmy says, "Tug, my sugar? Nah, she's too busy fighting. Fussing. If you get my drift, Little Girl Lethal coming soon to a fundraiser near you. But seriously, to what or to whom sugar are you referring? I'm actually interested." I bet you are, you fuck.
In an effort to get to the top of the shit pyramid, they spun a web, and they literally sold their child to do this. That's what they did. They sold their child to do this. It's fucking disgusting, as far as I'm concerned. So no, I don't like them. I find them disgusting.
So Slick Jimmy says, "Just leaving this very carefully, kids." Oh my god.
Yeah. King Corn Poop says Tug risks his family over a few fucking shekels. That is unforgivable. He sent his wife to collect dick pics for most of Comicsgate.
What the fuck is a pedo bear? What the fuck?
Oh, here, take a look.
What the fuck is this? Pedo bear. Pedo bear is an internet meme that became popular through the image board 4chan. As the name suggests, pedo, being short for pedophile, is portrayed as a pedophilic cartoon bear. It is a concept used to mock pedophiles or people who have any sexual interest in children as jailbait. The bear image has been likened to bait used to lure children or as a mascot for pedophiles.
Literature Devil got in on the act, right?
Oh God. Yeah. This was like the day after the news dropped on Slick Jimmy Pedo, and this guy is like, "Let's celebrate Charlie Chaplin's birthday. Would you guys have on Literature Devil on War Campaign show?" And we're like, "I don't fucking think so."
We're good, brother. We're good. You know what? We just go by our gut. If you fucking smell Seuss, you're out. Fuck off. Thank you. Goodbye. Fuck right off. And it just so happens that a lot of people we told to fuck right off turn out to be pedos. Or pedo adjacent, as a rags team would say. But in fact, they're actually not pedo adjacent. They are pedogate. 100%.
Hashtag pedogate.
Yeah.
Literature Devil, you fucking pussy. Get your book done.
Get your fucking book done. Get your piece
I
of
would say that's going to be the biggest thing that's going to hurt this Literature Devil guy, because I've seen his book and it looks like total and absolute garbage.
This is fucking weird.
Oh, fuck. Slick Jimmy, says, "Speaking of diaper porn, at Miss Sashi is the shit. Definitely get a commission if you have coin. Love ya, Sash." Oh, God, fuck.
She's another one. She's another one.
Oh, God.
She's another one.
Sashi looks like a little boy.
There's too much going on here. I'm going to put up a picture over here, okay, in case you're wondering, right? A rendering of what's happening. Yeah.
Oh, man. Now we've uncovered some shit here. This is the whole structure of the ring. See, you have Slick Jimmy in the center, and then you can see all the little branches. You got Preston and Beefcake Boss there running a tight crew of some Spurgs. You know?
Yeah.
You have Banana Boy and his crew with Nasser Rabadi. Some people are calling him, well, Mapper. But yeah. And then you have Evan. You have Evan with Dan Fraga dressed like a furry. Charlie Chaplin is in Evan's crew. You got Kyle liking what he's seeing. You got Tug over there, you know. He's got Lola in the crew. He's got Yellow Flash and oh my.
Has he captured Gina?
No, tell me that's not Gina. Gina Nefarious? No, Gina.
It's disgusting. And, you know, I'm looking right around Ethan Van Sciver. You got Dave Sim. You got James Hudnall. You got him promoting. And he knew about a lot of the shit with Tug. Because fucking we told him. Right? So he continued. He's like, Tug is so useful to me. He's so this. He's not. His loyalty is, what was the word he used?
Wobbly.
That was the word. You know, but I can really use them for this and that and the rest. You know what I mean? It's like, motherfucker. It's like, have some backbone. Fuck all this shit, you views and that crap. Roll with people who you know are clean, who you know are fucking good people. Decent fucking good people. That's what counts. You got the furries. You got Della Rose, this fucking furry. What the fuck is this shit?
Oh, yeah. This guy, he loves the furries. He says, want to get in on this hot Lucario and pony acid?
Fuck.
He says, whoever says they wouldn't smash is either lying or gay.
What the fuck, John? Della Rose.
John Della Rose. Why? This is a guy who is like, oh, I'm this upstanding conservative Christian, bro.
Just degenerate.
Yeah, he's a degenerate. What are you, Della Rose? Are you a conservative Christian or are you a fucking degenerate?
I'm gonna write a comic with a Peter. What the fuck is in your head, bro? Huh?
Scrub all his tweets.
Yeah, and he scrubbed all his fucking tweets. I wonder why.
Satan in the wig, Evan.
Oh, I got one more.
Oh my God, that's when he was looking like burnt out Kim Basinger.
Holy shit. What the hell is wrong with you, bro? I just want to make it clear, okay? I really just want to make it clear that we're not affiliated with Cucks.
That's right. Zack Snyder said it best. Not affiliated with Cucks.
Yeah, I love it. He came on that stream and he literally said those words. I'm not affiliated with Cucks. I just want to make it clear, guys, that I'm not affiliated with Cucks. And pedos as well. Fucking
That's right.
Sick fuck.
Hail Zack Snyder.
Hail Zack Snyder. 100.
Tired of radical environmentalists controlling the conversation.
I'm so tired of writers writing for pedos. Fucking admitted pedophiles. You fat fuck. That's what I'm so tired of.
Had Slick Jimmy Pedo on his show at least 20 times. This guy deleted all that from his channel. I'm sure of it. Why you scrubbing, Mertz?
Stop scrubbing, bruh. Stop scrubbing.
He looks like a cross between an Amish dude and a Mongolian.
You know. Remember a couple weeks ago when Jeff Johns, I think it was, wanted the dude, Ray Fisher, to be more like Quasimodo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Here's some reference material, Ray Fisher. Study this guy.
You know what's a good look? Creepy Amish dude, says Comics Invictus Matt.
Yeah, he went for that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna become a creepy Amish dude. That's my look.
Oh my God.
More furries, bro.
What is this?
Degeneracy, bro.
Take a look. Ooh. Yeah. Congratulations, Angel.
So Heather Anto says, It is with great pleasure that I announce I'm joining IDW Publishing, where I will once again be editing none other than their amazing line of Star Wars and Marvel comics.
Oh.
So what happened at Valiant?
I don't know, but I really like this. I think this is great. And I really love this new picture that she posted. Oh.
I wonder if IDW came along and just gave her a better deal, or I don't know what happened.
Someone got a new work girlfriend.
Oh, hell, brother. I'm just going to hold this thought in my head, you know, of a woman. Yes, she may not be the best looking. Yes, she may be a monk.
Has she been drinking? She's like, oh.
But she is in her late 20s, early 30s, early 30s, I would imagine, late 20s. You know, and to me, that just feels right.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with you lusting after a virulent SJW, you know, social justice warrior, leftist, crazy mental illness hair person. No,
Hey,
nothing wrong with that.
hey, oh, brother.
I do the best job I can to promote my product, and my product can be called controversial, and it comes from one quarter entirely. I don't hear about it from other places. I don't hear about it from other groups, and I'm not trying to call out the war campaign. I'm not closing my wallets to you, to any of the people I've backed, because I'm a man of my word, and when I put my money down, that's what I do. But sometimes it makes me feel like maybe I don't want to do that again. And I like the idea of Rainbow Brute. In fact, I was I was on the stream when they came up with it, and I was like, that's a great idea. And I'm going to put my money down on that because I like it. I think you're a good man. I think you're a family man. But what these people are doing for their fun, for their LARPing, is not something I could condone. And that's why I haven't ever fully endorsed Comicsgate, because of that very reason. And I'm taking a chance right now that they'll come after me and they'll, you know, badmouth me, call me a pedo maybe, or whatever, because I have a young character. Yeah, that's dangerous in my opinion. I'm going to shut up for a minute, but I've said my piece. I want to know I love you as a brother. We've never met, but we're both from similar backgrounds. And that has nothing to do with, other than I think you're, you know, striving to be the best you can be. And you're showing us a way. We're following you. But sometimes I think you might make missteps, just like I do. All right. I've said my piece.
That's beautiful, Slick Jimmy. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Everybody in this community
And you are
loves
my
you,
brother,
Ethan.
Slick Jimmy.
You
You
know?
are. You've been on my stream. You know I like your work. You know I think you're great.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right. So your words, I take your words seriously. How do you like that? I take your words have weight to them. Your words mean something to me.
Okay.
All right, good.